Muse was woefully underutilized in Daredevil Born Again. This is Exasperated Nerd Explains. In the show, Muse's first big scenes are him silently working, draining people of their blood, which works as an unsettling threat. But then we find out from one of his victims that he was talking the whole time.
And he was really amped about them. Kept talking about them. Kept doing them.
What of? Like murals?
Which makes the earlier scenes feel weird since they were presented completely differently. But my biggest problem is, in the end, he's just a guy. Sure, he's a murderer and uses blood in his art, but they basically turn him into a creepy stalker instead of a supervillain.
That is kind of you to say, but I'm just the conduit.
No, you're the key.
Oh, but don't worry, he's still a threat to Daredevil because he has studied the art of Taekwondo, and they really want you to know that.
How familiar are you with Taekwondo?
Did I ever tell you I used to compete in Taekwondo?
No? So you competed in Taekwondo?
I competed in Taekwondo because they made me.
There are really only a handful of truly elite Taekwondo coaches, and Lee Suk-ji was one of them. That's why his father hired Coach Lee to live with them and coach his son.
In the end, I learned a lot from Coach Lee.
Do you still compete in Taekwondo?
Muse in the comics is someone I would describe as a delightful sociopath that's fun to read. Kind of like the Joker. He's living in his own world, telling people he's kidnapped that they are part of the team in making his art as they are the supplies in blood and bodies. When he's captured and Daredevil wants to beat him up for blinding his friend, he breaks his own fingers. He is talkative and pretentious about his art, using not only blood but turning bodies into sculptures. He's seriously messed up and not just a whiny guy who's in love with a therapist who wrote a book. He does it solely for his own twisted version of art. And somewhat importantly, he's also more of a threat specifically to Daredevil because he has powers which interestingly counter Matt's abilities. He essentially is a void in his senses, drawing in sounds around him, making it difficult for Daredevil to see and fight. Under the Mask is also basically the same as his mask because he's an Inhuman. Quick explanation. Inhumans, if you aren't aware, are an offshoot of humanity that was experimented on by the Kree, and once they breathe in a special mist, they gain powers, often varied, kind of like mutants. In the comics, they were really pushing them for a few years because the owner was mad about Fox owning the rights to mutants, so they were a much bigger deal than normal for a while. And while the results of Muse will apparently continue to be felt in the second season of Daredevil Born Again, I can't help but be disappointed. They kept the art, though it felt like it was trying to be Banksy instead of just creepy, and boiled down the character to just a dude that knows Taekwondo though. What did you think of his appearance in Daredevil Born Again? Would you have liked to have seen a more faithful adaptation of the character? What are your thoughts on the season so far? Let me know in the comments below, and if you've made it to the end of the video, please consider subscribing to the channel to help it grow and see other similar content. Like this video and share it with others. Thanks for watching. Bye.